Hey guys, TriggerhappyJon coming at you with another Nier Reincarnation video. Alright guys, so today's video what we're going to be talking about is synergy. What do I mean when I say synergy, and what should you be doing to synergize your characters? So let's start off with, what is synergy? Synergy literally means it's a composition of your loadout, in this case for Nier, that will really work together and coexist slash improve the benefit of your entire composition, right? So it's literally like, okay, so how fast are they? What do they have? Do they have a defense down, a break, anything like that? Is that going to help you do more DPS, so on and so forth, right? So in today's video, I'm literally just kind of trying to challenge you and make you more aware of what is going on with your current loadout that may be wrong or maybe hurting you rather than helping you. I have talked to a lot of different people, and they pretty much told me the same thing. They're like, well, hey John, I'm getting stuck at these certain levels. Usually it sounds like 50k, 50k, 70k, and even like the 80 to 85k range. People have been getting really stuck with not being able to push their force up. And because of that, they're not able to go into the quests and subquests. So when I say this, I go into here, right? Subquests. Now, keep in mind, if you're talking about the 80 to 85k, you're not able to really go farm like the witches all the way down here, right? Like, it's going to be really hard. Like, it's possible, guys, but you got to have some really, really good weapons to get down here. As you can see, I have yet to even complete level 10. I will be doing a dedicated video on what I've done so far to get this far in the dungeons, but that'll be a later story, guys. But yeah, so the biggest thing I want you guys to know is you need to really look at your loadout and see why it works and what you need in it. So let's start off with, if you're not very familiar with the loadout, or like if you're just coming down here and you're hitting auto and you're picking a element, please don't do that. Don't do that. It's going to hurt you rather than help you. One big thing to note is if you hit display here, you can see what weapons you currently have equipped. You will notice that all of my weapons here are flowing or are glowing red. It's because they match the character's proficient weapon. You want to make sure you do that, guys. Don't use non-proficient weapons with your characters unless you're very starting out, like you're very, very new, and you're not really struggling with your force. You want to always make sure you use the proficient weapons because you get the most boost from them. Okay. The next thing to know is you can see the companions here equipped, and their memoirs. It'll kind of help you guide a little bit more. You will notice, you see how they all have red ups here. That means that they're all linked, so you get a set bonus for that set bonus. Okay, so just something real quick just to note of when you're looking at your loadout, if just as a quick overview, if you think you got it right or not. Lastly, if you come in here, this is kind of what I mean by synergy. So you will notice that I have 3 characters here. I'm using 2P, A2, and Gale on the right. Gale is a very new character. She was part of the 2x banner. I hope you're able to pull her. If not, her banner is still alive. I highly suggest that you guys go get her. But the biggest thing with her that I really want to point out is her main character skill. Now, guys, this is the skill that when you use this is going to be the main symbol of the character on a battle. This is going to be her main character skill. Okay, so this is literally saying deal 65 damage to one enemy 4 times and reduce defense by 41%. This does max out at 50%. I am only at level 10 at the moment. I will eventually get it maxed out. But yeah, guys, so let's do the math here. So deal 65 damage to one enemy 4 times. So that's over 200 damage, right? 240, 50, somewhere around their damage. And reduce their defense by 41%. So what pairs really, really good with reducing damage? Or reducing the defense, sorry. Is increased damage. So when you come over here, right? Okay, like 2P, for example, she's going to do a crap load of damage. There's 500 some damage right here, right? 600% damage currently, maxed out. Then you come down here and you go, okay, well, what else does she does? Oh, she just does a lot of freaking damage, guys. So when you have a good defense break, you do a lot of damage. So as you can see here, we're gonna go in there and smack. Now this isn't the quite best setup for her, but it's because of the weapons I have chosen, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail afterwards. But yeah, guys, so you literally have a defense break, essentially is what I'm trying to show you here, and then you have all these other skills on your main character. So you do a defense break, and then you have an agility up skill, right? So that just means that you're gonna get more turns more often. This character, A2, she does a lot of damage, so she's also 400% damage, plus the 36%, which does scale for each individual attack of the 4 times if her crit rate is high enough. So she could potentially do 150 damage each hit. So that's a lot of damage, guys. So defense break, high DPS, high DPS. That's the takeaway here. All right, the other part of the synergy that I really want to beat home is making sure your parameters are set up correctly, and being able to just take a quick look at them. Some of these you start to memorize as you're playing the game. Some of them you don't. You can go in here, and I find it's a lot easier to use this screen on the left-hand side and switch between their primary, secondary, companion skills to keep it straight. You can always double-click on a weapon, come over here, and you'll see it. But yeah, guys. So the main thing I want to point out here is, for example, like I was showing you guys, Gale's main character has the defense break, right? Well, this is my light loadout, right? So if I go back out, top left, this is my light loadout. You'll see it's a 94,000 force because it does a lot of damage for light. If I come in here, the reason why it does so much damage and the reason why that defense break pairs so well and why I have this weapon equipped. Now, keep in mind, there's another weapon that'll do kind of the same thing. Is because we have abilities such as Lucid Boon, which is increased light damage by 25.6%. So that's a lot more light damage done. And this is where synergy comes into play, because it's like, okay, well, this is your light loadout. You have a defense breaker. You can do a lot of damage here. Something else to keep in mind, and this is where it goes into like theory crafting and more of our synergy, is I may be better off instead of having my 2P here and my A2, if I were to come in here and I were to look at, I don't know, let's say my Noel, right? New banner character. Also amazing. Why is she amazing? If you look at her ability, increase the stats of equipped light affinity weapons by 22%. This increases it for your entire loadout. So she would synergize extremely well with my entire light loadout, guys, because it's going to increase the stats of each weapon by 22%. For each light affinity weapon that I have equipped. This is what I mean about synergizing. You also notice that she also has an ability for her main character, right? So you have Gale that does a defense break. Noel, also new character. There's a reason why I'm telling you guys this. She also has a main ability that deals 42% damage to one enemy 4 times and increase all allies attack by 16%. This does scale. This goes a lot higher once you level it up, right? So you could get defense down and you can attack up. And then what else do you guys want? A nuker. That's what I'm talking about with synergy. You literally, I'm just trying to tell you just very basic stuff. Like, I'm not trying to come out here and just show you like, oh, you need to use this comp, you need to use that comp. I am going to challenge you a little bit. Use a little bit of theory crafting. Get engaged a little bit more. This is a really grindy game, but it's very rewarding. You have a purpose to the grind, not so much of a grind with no purpose, if that makes sense. So I really challenge you to, take a step back, look at what you're doing, and really get to know your characters and your abilities, so that way you can get your own synergy going to do the most damage possible. Because you may not need 90, 100K to take on some of this content if you get your synergy done correctly. One other thing I do want to note here is Griff. I unfortunately have not pulled another Griff. I really want another Griff, and I'm going to show you why. So if you go into Enhance here, and you go into Ascend. So if I were to pull another one, I would unlock this Ice Water Rush, guys. Increase the stats of equipped water affinity weapons by 22%. I don't know about you, but I'm really struggling in the water affinity department. This is going to be the same thing like Noel with her light, right? This would be water. He's also a gun user. Gun users aren't that prominent. It's basically Griff and Demos are going to be your 2 most common gun users. It's amazing. Obviously, it's rare. You got to pull 2 of them to unlock this. Well worth it. Very good skills. And then if you come down here, you can just kind of see, okay, he could also synergize really well with Gale. It deals 93% damage to one enemy 3 times and reduces attack by 41% for 30 seconds. So the 93% damage is pretty high, especially for a 3 times hitter. So it puts him at almost 300% damage. Plus, he's going to reduce their attack by 41%, which that maxes out, I think, at 50%. That's a huge attack down. So just think about it. If you have Gale come in and smack, right? She's going to do a defense down to 50%. Come in and you have Griff smack. With his main ability, he's going to come in drop them down by their attack by 50%, right? Then you come in, you have a nuke, you're going to survive more rounds because the enemy is not going to be nearly as strong as what they should have been. And yeah, you're just going to clean up, guys. So this is why it's important to really synergize. And I know a lot of people haven't quite realized this. But if you're curious, and this is why I was bringing that up, guys. So you'll notice I went over basically everybody other than Argo on the banner. But if you come over here and you look at these banners and you're curious, where should I be pulling? Who should I be looking for? All these skills that I just went over, guys, they're all right here. And that's why I wanted to bring it up. I just showed you what it looked like. But notice here also it says Ice Water Rush 4 of 4. So it shows you what their max stats are capable of, guys. That is the biggest thing that I wanted to show you. It makes a big difference, and you can see actually what they're capable of if you max them out, because at the end of the day, guys, part of your synergy should really be, hey, am I going to be able to max out this character and fully utilize them or not? Do you want to be a collector, or do you want to actually do the most damage and the most forces you can? If you're trying to do the most force that you can and do the most damage, you need to take one character and fully max them out. You will notice that I have done that, and it has made a massive difference in my account. So if I go in here and I go to list, I have 2 characters maxed out. I have my Gale and I have my 2P. They're fully maxed out and they do a boatload of damage. I just need some golds and some XP so that way I can get the new celebratory girl Theo maxed out. I will get her maxed out. She's a fist user, and guys, she does hit hard. But yeah, before I get off on a tangent, guys, the biggest thing about this whole video is going to be synergy. And I want you to take a look at your loadouts, and then if you're going to be summoning, I want you to come in here. I want you to look at the people's kits more often and see, okay, well, what's going on with them? How can I use them? Where are they going to really be a special tool in my kit / repertoire, right? Like, do I really need a really strong nuker? Okay, well, if I do, what am I looking for? Well, I'm going to be looking for these multi-hitters with 100 some odd %. I'm going to be looking for 400 to 500%. I'm going to be looking for that critical damage increase, okay? And I'm going to want to look for it. Do they have an ambush skill, right? Do they have a crit rate booster to begin with, right? Because that makes a world of difference, because they start off with just a plus 20% crit rate, plus weapons out there that have 20-25% crit rate added to them with your memoirs. You're going to easily 100% out a crit rate ability user and make them do so much more damage. So that's something to keep in mind up, guys. Don't chintz on everything, okay? Do a little bit of research, come in here, figure out what ability you really want to do. As I keep going in the game, guys, I will also be doing dedicated guides, kind of showing you, doing a breakdown of, okay, well, this is what this person does, this is how I would use them, this is going to be what's best in the slot. But right now, as you guys can see, I'm just kind of showing you kind of a general idea of what skills are on here, and then what you should be doing before you go to pool to see if that person is really greatest. Because I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, so-and-so said that character was amazing. Like, I've heard people rave about Summer Aka, or Akia, however you pronounce her name. I'm sorry, I probably butchered the shit out of it. I don't think she's that great. I really don't. 3 times 170% damage, so that's 300, that's 510 damage, right? 6,422 base attack. Okay, if I come over here and I go to A2, a little less base attack, but her main skill is going to do, what is that, 520% damage, right? That's more damage. She's going to do more damage, and you just got to get her a little bit more attack. So really take some time out of your day, break it down, see what you think, and get an idea for yourself. This is the best way to do it. This is the best way to take time out of your time out of your day. Make your team synergize, because if you start out with a good synergized group for your loadout, then you're easily able to flex them in for each affinity, and you're going to know more of what you're capable of. You're going to be able to go with only one set of memoirs. You're going to be able to go with, you know, your different affinity weapons, and keep all those weapons on them the same, because you know everything's going to synergize correctly and nice and neat. So that's the biggest thing I want to tell you guys, and I'm so sorry that I think this video kind of drug out just a little bit longer than I really wanted it to, but I wanted to give you as most information as I could that I feel like is really going to be most beneficial to you, because I've seen a lot of people out there. They've made some videos that don't quite explain things very well, or kind of poorly. where people were telling other people, hey, you need to use these units, but they have no clue why to use these units. So here's why, guys. It's for the synergy, and this is a slight breakdown of what you should be thinking about when you're trying to put your loadouts together. If you have more questions, guys, I do stream on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. As well as on Saturday. I try to stream between 10 and 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I always make sure I get one stream in on the weekend. So if you go follow me on Twitch and hit that notification button, you will see when I go live, or hop in my Discord server, it'll let you know. Also hop in the Discord server if you just got questions. There's a lot of us that are very knowledgeable. I have a lot of content creators in my Discord server as well. And we'd love to help you out, guys. I have a very good, helpful, and great group of friends and buddies that are playing this game with me, and we just want to help you guys out so you guys succeed in the game, as well as watch the game succeed and blow up. So if you guys enjoyed the comment and the videos, let me know down in the comments, and like and subscribe. That's really all I got, guys. So until next time, peace.